I prepared this encounter. There is no coincidence when a weary heart cries out for help and finds rest in the Father's arms. Know, my daughter, that this channel brings reflections based on and grounded in the Word of God and the principles and foundations of the Holy Bible for your spiritual strengthening and growth. I heard when your soul cried out for a message from me now. You came here seeking a sign, longing to know if I answered your prayer today. And the truth that descends upon your spirit at this moment is that your silent cry tore through the heavens and reached my throne. But do you know why the silence seemed so dense before this exact moment? There is a mystery kept in the time of your waiting that I will reveal to your heart today, something that will forever change the way you see your own journey. I am the God who searches hearts. I feel the pain you keep in your chest, the weight of uncertainty that steals your sleep in the early hours of the morning. In the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 18, it is written that I am near to the broken-hearted and save the crushed in spirit. I have been by your side through every hidden tear. Pay attention, for in the next few moments I will remove the doubts from your mind. I will lighten this heavy burden from your shoulders, and I will show you the paths I have already opened for your victory. If this word of God is touching you deeply, comment below with your name, the country, state, and city where you are watching this message, and the time where you are. Allow this offering to be sealed in your story. Let the truth of your love for me overflow from your heart now, and write in the comments the outpouring of your soul. Lord my God, I am here. I subscribed because I love you and want to hear you. Keep your heart connected to me. Subscribe to this place of peace. Leave your gesture of affection by liking this message. Activate the notification bell and stay until the last word. God will give a clear answer in the end. A powerful phrase will be whispered to the heart of those who remain steadfast, and whoever writes it in the comments will receive prophetic blessings released in faith. But there's something you haven't yet realized. There's an invisible movement that began to happen in the spiritual world at the exact moment of your last tear. What does your faith ask you to believe now? Write here in the comments the word of your surrender, I believe, and just feel the peace that is about to invade your home. I know the depth of your waiting. The world out there demands that you be strong all the time, that you smile even when your soul bleeds. But before me, your true face is naked. I witnessed the moments when anguish gripped your chest and you even thought that your prayers were nothing more than murmurs lost in the void. I want you to know that no prayer made with sincerity falls to the ground. Each word choked by tears rose like precious incense to my altar. In the book of Psalms, chapter 56, verse 8, my word declares that I have recorded your lamentations and collected all your tears in my bottle. None of them were forgotten or ignored. Remember that early morning when the silence seemed to crush your hope. At that moment, while you tried to stifle your own weeping so that the weight wouldn't overflow, I was present in the spiritual realm, embracing your pain. I collected your sorrow and transformed it into fertile soil. Your pain is validated by me. The suffering that wounded your heart has roots that I am uprooting with my own hands. Do not feel ashamed of the weariness that weighs down your faith, for it is precisely in your weakness that my power comes alive. However, your tears do not determine the final chapter of this story. There is a majestic reason for the apparent delay in your response. My silence was not abandonment, it was a furnace of care. And what I forged within your character during those days of silence is a truth so liberating that it will completely change your perspective in the next steps of our encounter. If this invisible embrace calms the inner storm, leave your sign of affection in this message. Make this space a constant refuge for your days. Be a bridge of healing and share this word with someone else who also needs to know that heaven gathers their tears. Before we proceed, answer me. What would your soul give me today if there were no more fear? Write here in the comments our word for today, declaring your state in me, welcome. And continue listening to my voice, for the mystery behind the silence is about to break the chains of your uncertainty. Many times, my silence has echoed like an unbearable emptiness on your journey. You looked around, feeling the heavy air of loneliness, and silently asked if I had turned my face away from your home. But listen with extreme attention, my beloved daughter. My silence has never been synonymous with abandonment. It is in fact the deepest workshop of your preparation. In the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 64, verse 4, "My word reveals that since ancient times no one has heard, no ear has perceived, no eye has seen any God besides me, who acts on behalf of those who wait for him." While you awaited an immediate answer and felt weariness draining your last strength, I was working behind the scenes of your story, in places your perception couldn't reach. I needed to use this time to align purposes, remove those who couldn't walk beside you in this new season, and strengthen your roots so that the weight of the new blessing wouldn't break your structures. The silence that tightened your chest wasn't punishment, but a mantle of pure protection while I cleared your path. The pain of pruning always frightens, I know, but the unwavering roots that sprouted in those dark days are ready to sustain a miracle you never imagined you could endure. An extraordinary action is being prepared, and the signs of this change are already knocking at the door of your heart, ready to unveil the true purpose of your nights of tears. If your spirit finds relief in understanding that waiting was an act of care, show your affection by liking this message. Be a part of this healing haven by signing up to walk with me every day, and share this comfort with that soul who also suffers in the darkness of waiting. Before we proceed, what conviction keeps you standing when storms try to blow away your faith? Write in the comments the word of our covenant at this moment, hope, and keep your soul attentive, for the mystery of my invisible action is about to be revealed before you. Beloved daughter, while the seeds of your prayer germinate in the silence of waiting, I wish to invite you to a gesture of profound connection. If it is possible for you, and only if there is peace in your spirit, transform the gratitude that begins to sprout in your heart into a seed of love for this place of spiritual encounter. Consider my immense care and the sacrifice of my son Jesus, and support this sacred work using the link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment. There you will find the prepared ground where your contribution of love can be deposited and consecrated before me, the Creator of all things. You can contribute any amount, and always remember this truth. Give only what fits in your heart. I contemplate your intention and receive it with infinite love. The material magnitude of the offering doesn't matter. What truly weighs on my scale is the sincerity of the soul of the one who shares. For what seems little to your eyes can be a multiplied provision for those who receive and sustain this mission of faith. And for you who contribute any amount with a sincere heart, don't forget to leave your name and city next to your seed of faith. For on the first day of the following month, in a unique and special moment on our Divine Love, the Voice of God channel, your name will be remembered and mentioned with affection in the form of gratitude in a fervent prayer. For it is written, each one should give what he has decided in his heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. Every offering made in faith is a seed before me, your Lord, and I will not fail to see any of them bear fruit in the soil of your own life. I perfectly contemplate everything that is done in the secret of your room, and reward it in the sight of all at the appointed time. Remain with me until the end of this message, because I still want to touch your heart with my voice and show you the answer I have already sent. If this calling finds a home in you, show your affection by liking this message and strengthen our bonds by subscribing to Walk With Me daily. Share this message of love with someone who also needs spiritual support to not give up. Before I reveal the next step of my work, tell me in the silence of your soul, what do you wish to plant on my altar at this moment? Write here in the comments the word of our covenant for this stage, seed, and keep your spirit attentive, for the manifestation of your miracle has already begun to be drawn. My work operates in the invisible before it manifests before your eyes. Often you look around and the scenery seems still, as if circumstances were locked away by the same keys of the past. But in the realm of the Spirit, where promises take shape, the old structures that bound your life have already begun to crumble. In the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 19, it is written, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." While you rest and allow your heart to breathe peace, I'm removing the obstacles that blocked your path. I know that the weariness in your eyes on cold mornings makes it seem as if nothing has changed, but the walls that surrounded you are being transformed into bridges. The desert you are crossing is not your final destination. It is merely the road where I am causing springs of living water to gush forth. The answer you've been searching for has been released, and the silence that once caused fear now serves as a shield hiding your miracle from the eyes of those who wanted to see your downfall. In the next few moments, clarity will flood your mind so profoundly that all the pieces of this puzzle of pain will make perfect sense. If this certainty calms the strong wind blowing within your heart, leave your sign of affection by liking this message. Make this place your daily refuge by subscribing to the channel to hear my voice, and send this breath of life to someone who feels lost in the darkness. Let me ask you something. Deep in your soul, are you ready to receive the new thing I am building? Write in the comments the word that seals your readiness: prepared. And don't let your attention wander, for a renewing force is descending upon your spirit now. I see how heavy your shoulders are. I sense the exact moment when discouragement tries to convince your mind that the journey has been too long and that perhaps it's better to simply give up and quit. But today, I breathe upon your exhausted spirit, the celestial breath of renewal. I did not bring you to this point on the path to let weakness steal your faith or shatter your dreams. In the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 31, my promise guarantees that those who wait on the Lord renew their strength. They soar on wings like eagles. They run and do not grow weary. They walk and do not faint. Feel now this divine virtue invading your deepest being. That weariness in your soul, that inexplicable feeling of weight that made you drag your steps in the face of difficulties, is being replaced by holy courage. I am lifting you from the ground of your own uncertainties. The dust of battles and sleepless nights is being shaken from your garments, because you need to stand tall, head held high, to witness what my hands are about to accomplish in your story. Trust me again. Surrender the control that hurts your hands so much, and let me guide your life across this bridge I built while you wept in the dark. There is a calmness that the outside world cannot offer, which is rapidly approaching your heart, and it is precisely this peace that will confirm very soon that the answer to your deepest prayer has finally arrived in your life. If this breath of life has brought relief to your weary soul, show your affection by liking this message. Remain under my wings by subscribing to this channel so that our intimacy grows with each new dawn, and share this strength with that friendly heart that is also about to lose heart in the midst of the storm. Before we move forward, tell me in your heart, what does your spirit plead for to keep marching? Write here in the comments our word of faith for this moment, renewal, and remain attentive because I'm about to give you something precious that will sustain your next steps. If your heart desires to go deeper with me, I have left you a gift in the form of a journey that I wrote with much love and affection for all my beloved daughters and sons. The digital book called Divine Love Devotional, The Voice of God. It was prepared to accompany you day after day, in silence and intimacy, serving as a companion in the early mornings when loneliness tries to knock on your door. Access is also available via the link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. And if today isn't possible for you, don't condemn yourself. Stay with me here, because I will also sustain you with this message, and so that your heart may rest and not be confused. After you register, access will arrive in the email you registered, with all the correct instructions, step by step, to begin your daily prayer routine. For it is written, "Seek the Lord while he may be found, call upon him while he is near." This invitation is for those who need guidance, comfort, and constancy in the hours when hidden tears insist on falling on the pillow. Stay with me until the end of this message, for I still have one last direction to whisper to your spirit. If this gift calms your heart, leave your sign of affection by liking this message and register to be in my presence every day. Share this welcome with a loved one. Before we reveal the outcome, answer me this. What do you wish to find in the silence of our intimacy? Write in the comments the exclusive word for this moment, constancy, and keep your attention, for the peace that surpasses all understanding is descending upon you. I know the affliction that makes your heart beat faster when worries about tomorrow and those you love steal your rest. You lay your head on the pillow trying to find solutions, fighting the fear that things simply won't work out in due time. But at this very moment, I command that all this inner turmoil lose its power. The answer I have released for your prayer today does not arrive in the midst of despair. It arrives enveloped in a profound calmness that human reason cannot explain. In the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 7, my word guarantees that the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind. It is precisely this peace that is descending upon your chest now. Feel the relief as that tight knot that's been stuck in your throat for weeks unravels. The heavy burden that strained your shoulders and made your back ache from carrying so many responsibilities is being lifted by my own hands. The invisible war you silently fought within your home has already been taken over by me. The manifestation of your answer is so close that you can already breathe the miraculous atmosphere that has filled your room. However, for your spirit to fully possess what I have prepared, there is one last key. There is a prophetic seal, a promise I prepared from eternity to whisper to your heart as we close today, something that will definitively unlock your new reality. If your inner self begins to find rest in this divine tranquility, show your affection by liking this message. Allow this peace to be your constant refuge, subscribing to the channel to walk alongside me every morning. Be an instrument of healing and share this relief with that friendly heart tormented by anxiety before receiving your final answer. Tell me, what feeling takes over your soul knowing that the storm is finally over? Write in the comments our exclusive word for this moment, calm, and surrender your spirit completely, because the seal of your ultimate victory is about to be pronounced. My beloved daughter, your soul's journey has brought you exactly to this point of revelation and profound healing. All the tears you shed in the dark, all the heavy silence you endured in lonely dawns, were only preparing your spirit to bear the glory of the truth that now descends upon your home. The prayer you made in secret with a choked voice has been heard. Your hidden pain has been fully validated by me, and the answer you so desperately sought has already been released by my own hands. The waiting time, which seemed endless, was not a punishment, but a furnace of care that forged an unshakable strength within your being. My invisible action built eternal foundations so that your blessing remains firm. Now, I deliver directly into your heart the spiritual key I promised from the very first moments of our meeting today. This is the seal that unlocks your new reality definitively, the supreme truth that will sustain your feet when old doubts try to blow against your mind. Hear my powerful whisper, echoing in the depths of your soul to seal your victory. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. This is the final answer, the absolute certainty that your limitation is only the beginning of my power. Write this exact phrase in the comments right now, as a supreme act of faith, of total surrender and response to heaven that stopped to help you today. Declare this truth with courage so that the darkness knows who sustains your life. Know that our dialogue of love does not end here. I still have profound mysteries to unveil and very precise directions to guide your next steps in this new and wonderful season that begins today in your life. Continue seeking my voice. Continue allowing my spirit to minister to your soul through the playlist of our messages on this channel, where I will continue with open arms, waiting for you, to heal and guide your journey day after day. Your most silent prayer moved my heart. Your faith in the early mornings opened the treasures of heaven. The manifestation of your miracle already rests in your hands.